All right, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys how to use is the Textbook Companion site, which is an invaluable resource that you guys really need to make sure you check out. To get there, again, I have the link in the textbook page for the course. And so you scroll down and it's listed right here under the primary source reader. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to the companion site. And there's tons of resources in here, so the first time you open it especially, it might take a little bit to load on your computer. But basically what you have here, and I have a couple different features because I'm the instructor, but you have the online study guide. Now remember, our book focuses on basically 1300s and on. So the earliest thing that you want to click on is chapter 12. Ignore 1 through 11 at this point. So if I click on the plus button here, it's going to show me all the resources that are built in for chapter 12. There's an identification quiz, one for each section. If you click on that, you're going to get this page. I don't need you to save any quiz results anywhere, so don't worry about this. You just want to click here to just take the quiz. This is just for you to practice. It has nothing to do with your grade for the class. Okay, so you can go through and then it takes a little bit to load. I've noticed especially in Safari it takes a little bit longer to load. But then basically what you get is what popped up here. So you have 4 quick identification quiz questions and you go through, and I'm just going to randomly click on stuff here, and when you're done you hit submit. And then basically it's going to score your quiz for you. And again, it takes a little bit to load because they have a big system here. But then eventually it's going to pop up and it's going to show you what you got correct, what you got incorrect. And this is a really useful feedback tool for you guys. So that you can know whether or not you really understand and remember what you've read in the book. So, I only got 2 out of 4 right, 50%, not the greatest. It tells you what page number you can find the correct answer on so that you're not just kind of mindlessly going back through the text to find information. It tells you right there where you can find it. And so all of those section quizzes are really helpful. There's also section review questions that you can check out. There's learning objectives, a chapter outline, which can be very handy as you're studying and preparing, especially for the AP exam. There's also self-tests. There's 2 different versions that test you on the whole chapter, whereas these quizzes just test you on information from one particular section. There's terms, there's map activities, visual activities, timeline activities, questions that go with the little sections that are broken out in the textbook. So you really need to make sure that you're using this on a regular basis. Bare minimum, at the end of each chapter, I would take one of these 2 self-tests, just so that you have good feedback to know, again, how well are you understanding what you're reading, how well are you remembering what you're reading, and it's going to help you figure out if there's maybe certain topics that you're confused on with the chapter, and that's going to direct you to the part of the chapter that you need to go back and reread and study again. So make sure you're using this all the time. If you have any questions about this site, feel free to send me an email.